1 week later, I'm addicted to the crack.
Happy chaos, that's our song. Loud and wild, but where we belong. Life's a sermon, love's the verse. Blessings big and a little reverse. Happy chaos, yeah, bring it on.
Welcome to Happy Chaos, where we're doing something dangerous today.
I love danger.
We all grew up with them.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything about that.
We all, what, you lived in?
I love danger.
It's true.
Okay.
We all grew up with them.
Yeah.
We all heard them.
Yep. Aliens.
Well, we should have done that.
I know.
How's that not in here? I mean, we grew up in the era of the X-Files. Today is going to be a hilarious episode. We're talking about conspiracies, but even better, we're talking about conspiracies we grew up with.
Yes.
90s conspiracies. If you are from the 80s, 90s, or even early 2000s, you're about to feel very seen.
Very seen.
That's what I think.
And old at the same time.
No, seen. Why?
Because.
Let's talk about the first conspiracy that Kelly has me drinking coffee.
Hold on. I don't only have him drinking coffee. Do you like said coffee? Do you like said coffee?
1 week later, I'm addicted to the crack.
He is addicted.
And
That's going to be the opener. Oh, gosh.
Well,
There goes. Pastor addicted to the crack.
He's addicted to the crack. I have gone 41 years not just not drinking coffee. I mean, not liking it. I drink it and I'm like, ew, don't like it. No, thank you. Ugh. And then this whole thing started. Kelly got this like mushroom coffee.
Yeah.
I don't know why I say like so much. It's not like mushroom coffee. It's just mushroom coffee. It's mushroom and coffee mix. The one she got was called Doze or No Doze.
It's Doze.
Yeah, Doze coffee. And
I don't like it because it's not strong enough for me.
so that's where it started. But then last night we're out and about and she gets me a 7 brew. It was okay.
But I also made him an iced coffee at home, and he loved it. He wanted a second.
And a third. Well, there you have it. I've joined the bandwagon and now we'll have no money. At least
It's
we
true
were saving.
because I've been making the girls them too. All 3 girls in the house. They just keep asking. And I'm like, okay. I told them yesterday, I was like, I cannot do this every day.
Yes, you can.
No, I cannot.
It's
It's too expensive.
really not.
It is too expensive.
No, and you started it, and can't believe I like it.
And it's going to stunt their growth. That should have been on there.
It's not going to stunt their. That's what we should do for an episode.
That's what our parents told us,
Yeah,
though, so we didn't
things
drink
that-
their coffee.
Yeah, things that we heard
Uh-huh.
growing up. That I'm pretty like chocolate kills dogs.
You're going to offend somebody in that comment.
That one's still hanging on.
I know. People still say it to us. But, you guys, this is episode
48.
48.
Holy
2 more, and we're at
smokies.
50. 4 more, and we're at 52, which signifies 1 year of happy chaos. That is coming. It is coming with a bang.
I'm glad you said 52 because it's going to come up here in a minute.
I know.
In our conspiracies.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if these are really conspiracies or urban legends. Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
I don't know.
But
it's things we grew up hearing, and that's going to be fun.
it is.
You can chime in today. Did we
Well,
tell them?
I mean, you could chime in afterwards, but we're not live.
Well, right. But I mean, you can chime in this way. Here's the way that you're going to chime in the conspiracy episode.
Okay.
Number 1, did you grow up hearing these? But then part 2, and this will be, we have like 9 of these. Okay. The first thing you can say is, did you grow up hearing these?
Yeah.
And then do you still kind of believe it?
I mean, some of it's still true. Some of it even proved over time how true it really is. So,
And then there might be a bonus because there's one you wanted and I forgot to put it in the list.
okay.
You said we disagree on this one.
Oh, we didn't. Don't
So
need to talk
if
about
we get to it at number 10 and we've got a moment, you can throw it in there.
it. Okay.
Are you reading comments today or no?
Yes, but Justin, Kelly, widow.
There is no way
Married.
they made it this far.
I had 3 people on our last episode. I just found you guys.
I mean, but I don't think they made it this far, and now they're hearing us and they're like, we don't know who you are.
Babe, people literally said, I just found you guys, and I'm
It's
so
in
thankful.
the name. It's in our name. And you know what? Y'all
You
still
guys
calling me
forgive
Jason.
him. Forgive him. He doesn't mean to be rude to our new people.
That's not what I mean.
Justin, Kelly, widow, married 14 months ago, 15 months ago.
And for all of our new friends and our old friends, my name is not Jason.
Oh, goodness.
I had someone stop me at church yesterday, talk about this podcast for a good 10 minutes, and then ended the conversation saying, well, Jason, I know you got to get your mic. And I was like, how are you watching a podcast on a page that says Pastor Justin and Kelly and calling me Jason?
And to go to church.
No, I don't get it. I mean, I don't say my name at church, so I guess if you...
Everybody says your name at church. And it's on the bulletin.
Yeah, I guess. Anyways, I thought it was funny. I still do. Anything with a J will work. Joseph, Jeremy, Jason.
Josiah.
I've never been called Josiah. I have been called, let's see, Jason is probably the biggest, which makes sense. Justin, Jason,
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've definitely been called every other J name, it feels like, but not Josiah.
And not Jesus.
No, never Jesus. Okay, she's looking for these comments.
Yes, forgive me. We have a lot happening.
There you go.
All right. 32 comments. Y'all showed up for me. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Casey
All right.
Rogers, she said, I played matchmaker when I was in high school. I set my freshman teacher up with a cop I knew and who had so many similarities. Fast forward, they're getting ready to celebrate 20 years married this summer. So I'm Team Kelly on matchmaking. And yes, part 2 on conspiracy theories episode. Well, here we go. We're on the conspiracy theories
And I think
part
that's
2.
awesome that as a student you set your teacher up and they're still married. That's incredible to me.
Casey, I'm realizing that I think you and Kelly kind of twin in certain areas,
Yeah.
and this could be one of them.
For sure.
But I'm still not much on a matchmaking episode.
I am. I even had some widows say, yes, set me up.
Oh, we had private messages. We had
I
some
know.
private messages. And they're like, if you want to play matchmaker for me. And I'm like, where do y'all think we got all this matchmaking ability?
Because we have widowers and widows following us.
All right, we're going to set up a blind date. And
Yep. And I'm going
then
to photograph the couple.
who knew we'd be getting involved in
Matchmaking.
No, I
And
was going to say
widowhood
I was going to say breaking hearts. When it doesn't work out, you're going to be the one getting blamed.
I hope not. All right. Brooke Hardesty.
Brooke.
Kelly Walker makes me think of Romans 15 study from Wednesday night a few weeks ago. Romans 15, 1-2, when you talk about the support of the church that you have now and I wish you had then. Amen to that, Brooke.
Yeah. Jody Ballard. Here comes trouble. Right? Sorry, Jody.
It's
we
true.
love you.
It's
You
true.
are
I'm trouble. They say that about me all the time.
She said, haha, Justin Kelly, so glad you love your new coffee mug. Because Jody Ballard sent my wife a coffee mug.
And it's so cute. I should have it. I've just been on this iced coffee kick in between. And so, like now, I have iced coffee this
We
morning.
have a coffee bar, and it's proudly displayed on the coffee bar.
Yeah.
So
I don't have any other mugs on my coffee bar, just the boot.
it looks like a
little cowgirl boot.
a cowboy boot,
Cowgirl
cowgirl boot. Because Jody likes to troll me.
It's so cute. She also said, losing my mom 15 months ago, my life definitely has flipped around, and now watching my dad in deep depression has taken a toll on me. I am so sorry, Jody. You should definitely have him discreetly watch us. I have some friends that do that, and it has helped in so many ways. And
Depends
maybe
on
some people are just
depends on his age.
Aggravated.
He may not like. That's
you
true,
know,
never
our
mind.
audience is like 60. I would say I think it's 40%, 35%, 65 and up.
And up?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know.
But I was young and hip.
Oh gosh. Oh man.
The fact that I said young and hip
made me laugh.
disqualifies. Young and-
It does. She also said, I love being in your tribe, Kelly. I'm so blessed to have found you both online. I love you so much.
I noticed you've read like 3 of her comments in a row. Look at you go.
So you can't not.
Laura Duran, she said, as always, I look forward to watching your podcast. Thank you so much for being honest and vulnerable. Grief is not easy, and it starts way before one loses someone to a terminal illness. I look forward to reading your all's book this year. Oh, I'm so glad you brought that up, because we are making efforts. How do I say this right? Like, distractions are a big thing right now. And so
Very big.
we have...
We're in flood season, as Justin would call it.
I did. That was the right way to say it, I
Yeah,
think.
for sure.
And so we are just distracted all the time. And so we are working on our new space. And it's going to be a space where we can get some quiet and get some focused work done. And so
Yes.
hopefully things like, well, number one, some consistency in some of the other ministries that we're involved in, but including our book, because right now it's just very difficult when you're trying to write
Yeah,
and you're trying to get to something, and it's just distraction, you
For
know,
sure.
over and over. And so we have a new studio with office space that is hopefully going to be a huge help
yeah.
with that. So I am
Looking forward to it.
I'm excited to getting back onto the book
Me
heavy
too.
again. I got there for a little bit, and then it's like got distracted, and so need to get back to it and finish it. We're really excited to get the book done. I want to see the book done before summer.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the goal.
Book 1. This is a new name, Frances Pearson. I have a friend that lost her husband about 7 years ago. She said she would never remarry. I said, don't say that. Oh no, she would say. Last year she got married and turned 80. They seem so happy. Her health is better.
Aw.
Happy for her. We're happy for her too.
Yeah.
That's such a wonderful thing.
That's right. You could
That's
have 20
beautiful.
years left.
Yeah, for
20
sure.
years is a long time.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
enjoy those 20
I
years.
agree. Even 10 years is a long time.
Yeah. Well, goodness, you know what? That's something else. 3 years is a long time.
Yeah.
That's something to consider. Is, you know, I remember when, you know, we were getting to the point, we had been friends, and we're getting to the point we're going to date. And for us, that was several years.
2 years.
Yeah.
in.
And I remember somebody sitting me down to talk with me, you know, asked me to come out to lunch to sit me down and literally like busted my chops over, you know, whether or not they thought I should date. And I said, it's been 2 years since my wife passed away. And I will never forget. I was sitting in a Buffalo Wild Wings, and this guy looked at me and he was like, 2 years is not that long. And I was like, 2 years is not that long for who? Like,
Does he have his wife?
oh yeah, exactly. Right. Well, and you know, yeah, there's probably other stories there, but my point being that, like, from somebody, I'm only speaking from myself. I don't want to get onto the what he was saying. You know, people say rude stuff, but
Yeah, they do.
but from the standpoint of 2 years, when I was in the middle of that, the longest 2 years of my life.
Yeah.
Literally the longest two years of my life.
Yeah.
It was a lingering, you know, if you have something that just hangs on, if you have some sort of an illness or discomfort in your life, if it's back pain, if it's whatever, if you have some pain in your life and it lingers, you know, it's one thing when you're like, here's a good example. My father-in-law, he had surgery one time, and when he came out of surgery, they had put in a feeding tube. It gave him perpetual hiccups. He hiccuped for, I think it was something like 3 weeks. And at first, like the first couple of days, you know, he's talking, you know, he's in the hospital bed, and everything seemed fine. But by the end of it, it was like hard to watch as every hiccup, his body just hiccuped so many times repetitively, even though there was space in between, that he was in physical pain. And we're all like having a hard time watching and trying to talk with him. And doctors, they're literally going to sedate him to get him to stop hiccuping because it's causing him so much pain because it was prolonged for so long. That's how it is. So when you're in a state of like grief or something like that, I don't mean to be hitting you all with something heavy, but just when you're in a state of pain for a long time,
Oh yeah.
it is intensified
Oh, for sure.
and makes that time period feel even longer. So
For sure.
2 years, if you lose your spouse 2 years later is a very long time for somebody who's in the middle of it, who doesn't, it's not like you're waxing and waning and I'm not trying to compare sufferings. I'm just saying that it's a consistent, you've lost that person, and every time you go to bed, they're still not there. And every time you make another dinner, they're still not there. And every time there's a holiday, they're still not there. And it's that perpetual pain that, a couple of years later can really feel like a really long time. Yeah. So there you go. There's my...
Agree.
I teed off on that. I didn't mean to.
No,
Congratulations
it's good,
to your friend who got married at 80. What a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I haven't seen this name before, I don't think.
Either.
Faye Meager, Softly and Tenderly by Alan Jackson was playing when my husband passed. He drew his last breath during the chorus. Come home, come home. I struggle with hearing that song today without tears.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that is bittersweet. There's a part of that you tear up, but I'm sure there's a part of that too that's a sweet way. That's a sweet way to go.
We have a man.
Hey, look at Michael Smith said, I lost my wife 14 months ago. Michael, first of all, sorry to hear that. Listening to you two makes me feel normal. You guys are saying everything I'm thinking and feeling. Some days are good and some days are really not. Thanks for speaking about this. Well, you are welcome. And believe it or not, I know that we're going to have a goofy episode and we're going to talk through some fun things, but it is, our goal is ministry here. Yeah. We want to minister to you all. And if that's bringing light and joy and happiness in some areas, and if it's relatability in other areas, we want to be able to do both. And
you can even go back to our first episode through up to where we are now, and you will find a lot of talk of widowhood and grief and dating and not ready to date and just all the feelings and all the things that come along with widowhood. So.
Yeah, at the end of the day, we really are just trying to be real.
Yes.
Like we're just trying to we're not trying to be anything that we're not.
Exactly.
We just, sometimes we're goofy and sometimes we're sad and happy chaos.
Happy chaos.
It kind of fits the name.
It does fit the name. It completely fits the name.
All right, one more and let's move.
One more for you.
We have a stove repair.
Oh gosh, I know. I'm scared that it's going to interrupt this.
I know.
Okay, Audrey Eiler. If I'm saying that wrong, please correct me because I have said people's names wrong before and now I can't unthink it. My husband died 2 years ago on Valentine's Day. We'll never celebrate, but glad you two found each other. I am so sorry. That is such a cruel day. It's always cruel, but goodness, days like that makes it even harder to even see Valentine's posts or anything Valentine's Day. You go to the store and they're setting up 2 months early for it, and so we're really sorry about that. That's heartbreaking, and I pray that it gets lighter for you for sure. There are a lot of new names here. I just want to shout out these people. Bobby Nothlick.
She wants to shout out. She can't say your name.
Bobby Nothlick. Could be a Nothlich, but
don't get me.
Let me know, Bobby.
You're the one who wanted to shout them out.
Sarah Stellino. Gretchen Benningfield, she's a top fan. Marlene Hofkamp, and she said you did have a huge sermon today, so good. Jackie Keenan, Loretta Hall, B. Cole. These are all new names that I have never seen before, most of them. And then Phyllis, I never know how, she's a top fan. I see she comments on everything, but I don't know how to say her last name. Casela. Maybe it is Casela. So let us know, all of you who we butchered.
Right. Yes. In a very genuine sense. So glad you all are here. Thank you guys so much.
11.
Oh my word.
I know.
It's a heart.
Let's
get to this episode. You can play
do
along
it.
today in the conspiracies episode. I'm telling you, 80s, 90s, and 2000s Christians, probably most 90s Christians, because that's Kelly and I. We're 90s Christians kids. And so because of that, what is this?
This is on Happy Chaos Facebook.
Oh boy.
But I just want to shout out the names. I can't read comments because we are already so
Pushing time.
But Karen Gilreath, she's a church member. We love her. She's the best. Autumn Hardy, never seen that name before, so welcome and thank you for commenting. Rebecca Tomerlin, good to see you. Debbie Hritz, we have heard of her. We've read her comments. Catherine CC and Vicky Q-All. See, that's the name that I cannot undo. All right. We love you guys. Thank you so much for following along. Seriously, y'all are so wonderful. And you are our tribe. You are our Happy Chaos tribe.
We love it.
So much.
Play along today.
Yeah.
Here's how you do it. Did you believe this? And did you hear this? And do you still believe it? Or maybe a little bit. You could put it on a scale if you want. Like, how much do you believe
And maybe
this?
you can debunk it. As long as you're not a Democrat. Then
yeah, put it on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being, or maybe even 0, like don't believe this at all, to 10 being I wouldn't allow this at my
let's
BBS.
not give such a broad spectrum. Let's say 0, don't believe it at all.
5, 0.
5, not sure. 10, 100% is true.
Yeah, that's what I don't know if you heard me. I said 10 being I wouldn't allow this at my BBS.
That's cute.
Okay.
Look at my cute little watch charms that I got, though. Aren't those adorable? I'm sorry.
Squirrel. I don't know where that just came
I
from.
am so bad, though. I'll do this in church. We'll be worshiping, and I'll be like, did you see her shoes? I want some of those. But I did it at our Wednesday Bible study. Heather Gilmore was next to me, and I was just looking. I could see her because she was kind of in front of me here, and I was like, gosh, her hair is so pretty. And I was like, she's so tan. Gosh, she's so beautiful. And I was like, Heather, I'm getting so distracted. I have to tell you, you're so beautiful.
Well, it's not just that. We'll be in the middle of. I'm talking like hands up. I'm trying to focus on the Lord and worship, and she leans over and she's like, I think we should paint the bathroom.
I gotta get these thoughts out when they happen.
No, you don't.
Otherwise, I forget.
There, in my mind, there are moments that are sacred that you don't.
I'm not making it not sacred, babe. And when you were preaching your sermon and you're talking about the $10,000 check, the $10,000 check, and I wanted to say, you're my $10,000 check. I wanted to say, so I literally texted you, but I didn't send it through because I was scared it would beep on your watch, and I just held it there and waited until after. I know. I'm sorry.
No, Kelly talked in class a lot.
Very good student, very smart, talks too much. Every report card. My mom still has them.
Okay, bringing it on in. It is 90s conspiracies, or conspiracies we grew up with. Number 1, barcodes contain 666, and they're the mark of the beast. Did you ever hear this?
I have heard this. I don't know that I don't think it's the mark of the beast, because the mark of the beast is something that you will have to accept. It's not something that's forced on you or that you're going to be confused by.
I feel like you've been listening to me.
Well, you are a good leader and a good teacher, so. But let's first you answer, because I have something else to say.
So I'll start with that. Did I hear this? And yes, absolutely.
From your mom.
Heard that. Yeah, it started with barcodes, but then of course, this led into chips, microchipping.
Yeah.
And the moment they started microchipping dogs.
Yeah. Oh, Christians lost their mind.
Yeah. They're starting with the dogs. And I'm like, they've probably been doing this with animals for a while to track them and, all kinds of things. So, I think the fear is that it's pretty clear. The Bible says that there's going to be a mark, that there'll be you'll be marked on the back of your hand or your forehead, and if you don't have that mark, you can't buy or sell. And people have used that to kind of say, oh, well, then we're going to use our hands to scan.
Right.
And if you don't have that mark, then you won't be able to
Right.
scan. Of course, you have the problem right now, which is biometrics are kind of taking over.
Yeah.
And, they're using palm scans and thumbprint scans and eye scans.
Yeah.
All of those so you don't really even need the chip.
Right.
The chip will become outdated.
Yeah, obsolete.
So, and the same thing with the barcode. So the barcode itself, does the barcode always contain 666? That's a whole nother thing. I don't think that's accurate.
No.
I don't think,
At least not the numbers underneath it don't always contain 666.
Yeah, the width, from my understanding, the way the barcode works is the width of the bar is a number.
Yeah.
It has a numerical value. And so it's just the width of the bar.
Yeah.
That way it can be scanned at length. Because I've seen barcodes that are, stretched across the whole package. So no matter where you scanned on the package, you could, hit that barcode. So it's the width of those white and black lines that's making a number. And if you look at those numbers, it usually gives you those numbers underneath. And of course, some say that those numbers, it's being hidden, 666 is being hidden. This is what you were saying a moment ago. This is where I stand. It is not the hidden secret of the beast. It is the mark of the beast. I do believe there is an antichrist coming.
Yep.
I believe there's antichrist in the world today.
Yep.
The Bible speaks about that. I believe there is an antichrist coming.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that person is going to, according to the scriptures, make you worship his image that is set up in the temple, and if you refuse to worship that image, then you don't get the mark. Mm-hmm. If you do worship that image, then you do get the mark. So there's a step one that got missed before the microchipping portion, which is you have to worship the image to get the mark. That's the big thing. And so let me try to say it like this: the barcode, or the microchip, or any other thing, the technology that would be used to read the mark or whatever with the mark, to recognize the mark in some way, that technology in and of itself is probably, in my opinion, is probably amoral. You could trace this as far back as you want to trace it and go, oh, well, the light bulb is then part of this system, because it took electricity and understanding electricity to get to the point of computers, and so once we get to the point of electricity and then we get to the point of computers, once we have this understanding, once we've, put these things in place, now this can happen. So barcodes were scannable, microchips are scannable, RFID chips are scannable. So you could say, oh, well, they're going to use RFID chips, or they're going to use this, or they're going to use that. But those things in and of themselves are amoral. I mean, they're going to be standing on a floor. Does that mean if they're standing on wood floors, that wood floors are bad? Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can't just take the thing that's being used for bad and say that in and of itself is bad. Sometimes the thing is immoral, and it is amoral, and the person is who's making it immoral by what they do with it. Pictures are amoral. They don't have morality in and of themselves. They just take an image and show you that image later. Take a moment in time and show you that moment in time. That is amoral. But somebody takes a bad picture, now it's immoral. Right. I hope that made sense the way I said that. I'm in a teaching mode.
Yeah, you are. Okay. You always are, and that's a good thing. But the creator of the barcode lives in Vero Beach.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He lives in Orchid Island. I don't know if I should say that, but he has the highest.
Kelly's going to give you his address, 6176. No. It's 666 Vero Beach House.
Could be. No, but he lives oceanside. Well, that's not. He's riverside, because there's the river that separates the mainland and then the strip that's ocean and river.
You say that like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that about Vero.
That's why we're going there this year.
Kelly's from Vero Beach.
But he has the highest security on his place.
Really?
Oh, it's insane. Jonathan used to work for True Green, and so that was one of the places that they used to do. And it took he had to give over his ID and hand it to them. He had to leave it with them.
Maybe there's something more to this.
It's crazy.
Well, I mean,
the stuff that he told me is it's crazy.
Or, I mean, if he's getting some sort of royalty off of barcodes being used.
He is. He does get a royalty. He's uber wealthy.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things that, I mean, if you had a fraction of a penny for every barcode that was being used.
Right.
If that's the way it works. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't know how it would work. But
He does get royalty on the barcode, though.
yeah. So if he's getting some sort of royalties on those, I mean,
Yeah.
that would add up into the billions, I'm sure, you know, so that alone just making him so wealthy, you know, people crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you have fame or wealth, people are crazy.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
anyways, but all right. So here we go. Did we hear it? Absolutely.
Yes.
Totally heard it.
Believe it? No.
Are you a zero?
Well, this is a two-parter.
Barcodes contain 666 and they're
Don't
the
know.
mark of the beast.
I don't know. I'm. What do you call that?
I don't know. Are you split? Are you 5?
No, I'm nothing in that. I don't care.
You can't be nothing. 0 to 10.
Babe.
Do
I'm 5. I'm right in the middle.
Wow.
But
I'm a 0.
mark of the beast, 0.
I'm a 0, and I'm a 0 that they contain 666. You would have to literally show me that barcodes contain 3 6s in a row, and it still wouldn't change my opinion about
The mark of the beast.
the mark of the
Yeah,
beast.
for sure.
Like, it's not going to change my opinion
No.
about the mark of the beast, even if it does contain 666.
I'm just neutral on it. Like
Well, because another thing too is a barcode is a whole bunch of numbers, and so burying 666 in a whole bunch of numbers also doesn't make it evil.
right. Agree.
Yeah.
All right.
I've seen people take it as far as to say, like, if their receipt is $6.66, and I'm like, but that's not 666. That's actually 6.66, which it means you only had one. It's not 666. It's 6.66. Like, it's not the same thing. Uh-oh.
I've done that. I've absolutely done that.
Give me something else.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have. And not just that, but one of our videos the other day, it was at 666. And I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
somebody like the video, hurry up.
And Kelly's like, I'm going to like it. I'm going to like it. Okay.
All right.
That's funny. Can I just say real quick, though, that you do realize that he says that the mark of the beast is he says, if you have wisdom, that you should hear this, that it's the number of a man.
The mark of the beast is number of the man?
It's the number of a man, 666.
Oh.
The Bible doesn't say 666.
Right.
It says it's the number of a man, 666.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you have a receipt that says $6.66, you could possibly still be saved.
I don't think it doesn't mean you can't be saved. I just didn't want to walk away with something that said, but it was only one time. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, no, that's right. And you're a 90s kid. We were
Exactly.
raised in this. All right, number 2. Here we go.
The rapture is definitely happening this year. My goodness.
The rapture is happening.
It was going to happen in 97. It was going to
see that
happen.
years mark.
It was going to happen in 2000.
Why 97?
Y2K. 97. 7, the number 7. That was me. That was all me.
Wait, you made that up? I mean, you had.
I made that up. Yes.
You were what? Only like 15?
14.
14?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you made up that because it had the number 7 in it.
Yes. I was a 90s kid. My dad was constant
He
on the
watches
rapture.
this.
I know. Rapture. He's still like that. He's still like that.
Well,
I can imagine he's probably panicking in his panic room right now because of this war with Iran. He is probably in a bomb shelter with his straw that I love you, Dad, but
she's being mean to you.
he's like, I'm gonna be the one that'll be laughing when you guys
I don't think I want any part of this. What she's doing right now.
when the Nephilim come for you. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh boy, I'm turning red a little.
He knows that I feel this way, I think.
Okay, number 1.
Let me just be clear though, he is very wise. Like, besides some of his quirky stuff, like he's borderline flat earther and Nephilim hunter / besides those, like
Hunter.
I'm just saying, I'm just throwing that out there like a joke.
Like he's hunting his food like he has to hunt it?
No, like a Nephilim hunter.
Oh, Nephilim.
Yes. But
I put those on the same scale.
he does have a lot of knowledge when it comes to like biblical things, but some things he's just gone down a rabbit hole that,
Yeah.
a lot of Christians have.
I know. The Nephilim thing is so interesting.
Yeah.
It's got so many people so backwards, and it just comes from this one little thing. That's actually, I could do a whole episode on that.
Yeah.
And I have on another thing on the whole truth, and then
People come for
It just
you.
leaves me in. It just leaves
Yeah.
me in 3-hour-long conversations.
Yes.
Uh,
And we don't need that.
No.
We're in flood season right now, if you didn't catch yesterday's sermon. So.
Yep. Okay, so have you heard it? Yes.
Yes.
Do you believe it?
I mean,
Where do you fall in the
it's
category?
gonna happen. I'm just in the camp of it'll happen when it happens. I'm ready. I am actively trying to prepare other people for it. So it's not like I'm ready. I've got my supplies and I'm sitting and waiting for
You're
it.
doing the straw thing again.
Yes, I'm not there. Yes, it's going to happen. I totally believe in a rapture. I totally believe it's going to be pre-trib. That's it.
Okay. Did you ever hear an excuse of when someone would say it's going to happen this year, and then somebody
Yes, it just happened.
do what now? Oh well, yes, no, I know that.
Oh.
But like, have you ever heard somebody? Have you ever like tried to talk to someone and be like, well, doesn't like nobody know when it's going to happen? And then have you ever heard a justification for that? Like when somebody's trying to say it's going to happen this year, and you try to say, well, the Bible says like nobody knows when it's going to happen.
Well, they'll come up with the season.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I was getting at. You know the season. We don't know the day or the hour, but we do know the season. And I'm like, yeah, I am with you.
Yeah.
We do know this.
But we for some reason we knew the season 20 years ago. And it didn't happen.
And you go all the way back to Paul. I mean,
10 years ago.
Paul was ready. The Apostle Paul was ready for the Lord to return.
There we go.
And I think it really just goes down to you really do not know the day or the hour.
So
okay, so number one.
And prepare those around you.
Is the rapture happening definitely this year? I mean, that's kind of the important part that we're getting to is
no.
Is it happening definitely this year?
I mean, I can't put a date on it. So
I'm not saying no. I'm just also not saying yes.
Right.
But did we hear that growing up? 100%, 10 out of 10. There were years that went by that was like, it's going to be this year.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, I want to tack on that somewhere in there, it's now been changed over to now we're monitoring Jewish holidays and blood moons. And we're connecting those two.
Yes.
And here's the thing. The Jewish calendar is the lunar calendar. So you're always going to be able to line up some sort of lunar cycle to Jewish holidays because that's the way their calendar works. So when you're like, but it lines up to the whatever moon, of course it does.
And remember the Mayan calendar ended in the year 1999 or something?
Oh, no, it was 2012.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the Mayan calendar went as far as 2012. That's right.
And people were sure.
They were certain.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were certain. I did hear a really cool thing yesterday from Jack Hibbs about 9/11.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
What he pointed
Saturday
out.
was Iran's 9/11.
So that we are on a different calendar than they're on. That's number one. So their months and days look a little different than our months and days. You know, we're on a Gregorian calendar. He's right when he says it's a pagan calendar. Totally agreed. Like it's our calendar system is based off of a pagan system. My thing of that is like I didn't choose that, and it's a way of recognizing a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a way for us to be able to say that this is a whatever day. Okay, but that's number one. Number two, they have Muslims have a belief that if something bad happens to them on a certain day, they have to like take that day back.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happened. And this is all Jack Hibbs saying.
Yeah.
This. So he pointed out that on their calendar, they were on the 9th month on the 11th day. So 9/11. And that's when we bombed and killed their supreme leader, this terrorist guy, and we bombed and killed their leader, and it was 9/11. Now, I love what Jack Hibbs did with that. He's not trying to claim some government conspiracy. He was simply pointing out he felt like that's a God thing.
Yeah.
Like God is it's almost like when God gave the plagues in Egypt.
Yeah.
He didn't say this, I'm saying this, but it's almost like when God gave the plagues in Egypt, and every one of those plagues defeated the idea of the Egyptian gods.
Yep.
Like their frog gods or, whatever. It defeated, or their sun god or whatever else. And so it's defeating their gods. It's almost in a similar way, like that's kind of happening in reverse. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Jack Hibbs he's probably claimed, I shouldn't say, I don't know that he ever has, but he's definitely like a end times guy.
When you were saying that, I was like, oh man, we need to get Jack Hibbs to be Trump's pastor. because we have got to get Paula White
Not to be Trump's pastor.
not to be Trump's pastor. So anybody who has connections,
Yeah.
one day this is going to get to. Scratch the Jack Hibbs, Justin Walker.
Oh,
That is who I
didn't see that coming.
need to be Trump's pastor. We need some raw, hardcore truth. And I like Jack Hibbs, but I'm just saying
I
this
think
is the guy. So
Jack
let's
Hibbs,
get that happening.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He could do a
Yeah.
great job.
I agree.
All right. I need you to vote on it. Did you believe the rapture was happening definitely this year?
Do you still believe that?
Number 2, do you still believe that? I mean, war with Iran is happening right now.
Yeah,
You've got Gog and Magog,
Yeah.
you know.
And then they're gonna be right one of these times.
That's right. Did you get well, sure. Did you guys ever hear that one? Like every war, you know, somebody's trying to line up. That's
not
Gog
one
and
of these,
Magog.
right?
That's Gog and Magog. You know, that was the one I always
Yeah.
heard. You know, whenever two people were in some sort of conflict, you know, every conflict is that's Gog
And
and
where the
Magog.
new Babylon, America is the.
I believe we are the new Babylon.
No, I don't know enough about it. I'm just saying I heard that over and over and over again.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
but over and over and over again.
Have you ever heard me say why I think we're the new Babylon?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I can give you a short version, but
Yes,
I don't
do
know
it.
if I should.
do it.
Okay. So in the Bible,
Yep.
there's only one nation. If God's ever talking about through the prophets about other nations,
Yeah.
he says all kinds of things about them. But there's only one nation that ever gets called a harlot, a whore. And who is that? In the Old Testament, Israel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because Israel knew God, and then she went and played the harlot.
Okay.
She went and she whored after other gods.
Okay.
Okay, that's all you ever hear in the Old Testament is how there was the nation of Israel and how she harloted herself. She whored herself after other gods, even though God was her God. God even used a prophet, this poor prophet, Hosea. He marries this woman, Gomer, and she's a prostitute. And God tells him to do this. He says, go marry this prostitute. He goes and marries the prostitute, pulls her out of prostitution and marries her. And she cheats on him and goes back to prostitution. And then God says, now go get her again. And he goes and gets her again. And then God says, now tell the Israelite people that.
What does Zaya mean? Because Zaya doesn't mean go get the. Oh.
No.
I'm serious. Think about that.
No. If I told you.
Because she's a prostitute.
If I told you what it really meant, it might make you feel bad in what you just said. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
and don't have me go off. Don't have me tee off on that for a minute. Okay, but it doesn't mean that.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can't believe you just said that.
Well, think about the chapter. I mean, think about the book.
Anyway, so God tells Hosea, now go tell the Israelite people what your wife did. That's what you, the nation, have been doing to me. You played the harlot. You went after other gods,
Yeah.
even though I delivered you and I've been your God.
Yeah.
Okay, so. Nobody else ever gets called a whore. Rome doesn't get called a whore. Greeks don't get called a whore. Nobody else does until you get into the book of the Revelation. And then all of a sudden you have this new Babylon, and she is the great harlot. She's this great harlot who makes everybody drink after her, her wine and her excess or whatever. Okay, so you have this person, or this, excuse me, shouldn't say person, this nation in the book of Revelation who gets called a harlot.
Mm-hmm.
And that same harlot, that same nation, when it's destroyed and they see her smoke, rising from their shores, when they see her smoke, then they all cry and they say, she made us rich. She made us all these things. And I say, for those reasons, I believe that America is the nation that any other nation could legitimately claim.
Mm-hmm.
She made us rich. That's number one. Number two, we were a nation founded with God. I believe there are bad things in the beginning of our nation for sure. But if you look, there were good Christian people who were trying to found the nation, and God blessed us for that. And then we turned around as a nation, we've turned on him,
Mm-hmm.
meaning I think we are the ones that fit we fit the mold of being called a whore according to the same standard that was in the Old Testament. And for that reason, I believe we might be the new Babylon.
Okay.
Put it on your list. I didn't mean to add. Well, I didn't mean to add another one in that one. That wasn't one meant to be added. But anyways, is the rapture happening definitely this year? My answer would be you do not know.
That's right.
That would be my
Oh, but you
answer.
had to answer.
Then it's a 0. You can't. I wouldn't say it's happening this year. I would say the rapture is going to happen, and I don't know when it is going to happen.
Exactly. That's my call too.
All right, this one, playing cards. Now, this is worded a little differently than I want to word it. Playing cards. I heard when I was growing up that all cards were bad. All cards are sinful. And because cards in and of themselves are linked to divination, like tarot cards or other things, like all
Angel cards.
Yeah, all dice. Dice are like casting lots, and playing cards are ways of trying to tell the future.
Okay.
All right, so
I have never heard that before.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Coming from the dad who wouldn't let us watch like Simpsons and Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
So you've never heard it?
No, and I don't believe it.
All right.
Do we?
Let me give you a few things. Maybe just send a text message and reply while I talk you through some things. Well, she just answered and hung up on our sister-in-law.
It's a text call.
Y'all,
I feel so
real,
bad.
okay? My sister-in-law called. We saw it on my watch, and then she immediately called Kelly, and then Kelly was trying to text her, but she picked up and hung up.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, that's funny. Playing cards. Let me tell you guys about some playing cards while Kelly is sending this text. I don't know what to believe about playing cards. So I grew up, I heard that. My parents didn't necessarily force that. My parents totally played cards. I've played with cards and still do and don't really think anything of it when I'm playing with cards.
So you've heard it.
But I have learned why some people say that. And the connections are interesting. Okay, so here you go. You want them?
Yeah.
All right, let's start out with the number of cards in the deck.
52.
52. How many weeks are in the year?
52.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
How many cards are in, well, how many suits are in the cards?
4.
How many seasons are in the year?
4.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
How many face cards are in each suit?
4.
3. Jack, Queen, King. Anything with a face on it is a face card.
Oh, I thought.
Okay, so you have 4 suits.
Yep, 4 seasons.
Each suit has 3 face cards.
3 months per season.
Well, it's 3. Each one has 3 face cards, right? So 3 face cards times 4 suits is 12.
Yeah.
How many months are in the year?
12.
12. How many cards are in each suit from ace through king? How many cards are in each suit? Ace, 2, 3, 4. Do what?
13.
13. How many lunar cycles are in the year?
I don't know.
13.
Wow.
And of those lunar cycles, anyone who's not, now this is one where I go, but doesn't that kind of counteract? Because we're on the pagan calendar, okay?
Yep.
And so why would they all of a sudden go back to the lunar cycle, which is what most other calendars are being based off of, like the Jewish calendar is based off of the lunar calendar. So all of a sudden I feel like now we're going back over to the lunar cycle, but yet we're on this 12-month pagan calendar. So those two, I don't know that they quite line up if you're going to think of it that way, if you're going to say cards in and of themselves are pagan.
But do you think there's like some kind of like pagan thought to all of that? I mean, yes, it's crazy that lines up that way. But what would make someone assume that that's...
Well, so the idea was if you're trying to tell the future, if you're trying to, like a tarot card, like reading, and then you need to know the timing of something.
Okay.
Then, and you have those, there's other speculations about like the suits meaning certain things and meaning certain seasons.
Yeah.
So i.e. you're like, somebody trying to read the cards. Have you ever heard somebody say it's not in the cards?
Yeah.
And so the idea is that, you're turning the cards to a certain thing to find out when something's going to happen or what something is going to happen. And
I cannot believe our parents let us play cards.
I cannot believe this. I got to go burn.
We have been practicing witchcraft our whole lives.
All right, so
I'll call my dad when we're done.
So here's my problem. Now, let me just tell you. So I went on my own little rabbit hole journey to go find out, is this true? Like, am I playing with tarot cards when I play with a deck of whatever they're called, what are they, like the whole, you know what I'm talking about? There's like the brand that you always see.
Yeah.
Whatever that brand is. Am I playing with tarot cards? So I went looking. Here's what I found. Playing cards were invented in like the 1500s.
Okay.
And they actually were invented in China, and they had several different varieties. The reason that the variety that we have was chosen was by the French, and they did that in like the 1500s. What you have as a deck of playing cards now with ace through king was done by the French in the 1500s and solidified by the French in the 1500s. And you don't get all of the particulars of the tarot card type of readings until the 1800s is when you start seeing record of that. Now, I say that and I go, okay, so the timing doesn't seem to line up. However, it feels like an awfully big coincidence of all the things that numerically line up to months and seasons within playing cards. Like, 4 seasons in the year, 12 months in the year, 12 face cards in the deck. It just feels
interesting.
Yeah, it definitely
I'm
feels,
gonna feel dirty trying to play cards.
I know. I've like messed you up. And then you're gonna be like, wait, what were you saying about it? Like how many cards there are? You're gonna be like questioning all those things. But anyways, 52 cards in the deck. And that's one more for you. If you took all of those and added them up, how did that work out? I can't remember how. See, I told you this was going to happen. But if you add them all up, I think if you add them all up numerically, they land at 365. I think that's how that works. So if you add aces 1, 2, 3, if you added all the numbers together in the deck of playing cards, then you land on 365.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We're going to have to dig into that a little bit more.
I already did once, and I'm like, so here's where I'm at. Have I heard it? Yes.
Do you believe it?
6. It feels awfully coincidental. Like, even when I just named all those for you, doesn't it feel a little bit like...
I've never heard it, and I'm a little concerned.
I would say this. Here's what I would say. Just because things this is another thought that I had, by the way. Was like, just because things lined up to the calendar doesn't mean that they were made for nefarious. Like, is a calendar evil?
Right.
No, like the calendar is not evil. Like, so even if somebody did
and
base
we're not
cards,
playing to try and predict anything.
Right. There's an intent factor there.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't play with tarot cards.
Oh, heck no.
Right. So
but those have one meaning and one objective.
Right. So I don't know. I'm a 6. I've landed on a 6. That's where I'm at. Now that I've said that, though, you were at 0.
Yeah.
Did you change your mind when I just told you those things?
I don't know that I could give a number because I look at it like I don't know if that was the intent.
Yeah.
But I know that's not my intent, and so.
Are you even up to a 1 from a 0? Like maybe.
Well, yeah. I'm probably a 5 because I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about the playing card thing. It's kind of weird to me. Like it's in the back of my mind, and I'm like, oh, is that a thing? You know what? I shouldn't be scared to ask the Lord if that's a thing.
Yeah.
Because if it is, I don't really want to be messing with.
Should I burn all of our playing cards?
Well, the Lord's on a magic 8 ball. I'll just talk to him. I mean, that's what I was like. Why are you talking like that? You don't pray like that. I've heard you pray.
Have you ever used a magic 8 ball?
Yeah, sure. I was a 90s kid. You don't look at me like that.
Does she like me?
Out? Maybe. Never give me anything. Oh man.
Oh my gosh, I can't right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Y'all about to feel real scene right here. Okay,
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons opens up demonic portals.
Oh my goodness. Number 1, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Me either.
But have I seen people play it and looked more into it in recent years compared to what I heard? Let's just start out with, did you hear Dungeons and Dragons is demonic or opens up demonic portals?
I've heard that it's evil, but
Yep.
I've never heard it opens demonic portals.
What did you hear about it being evil then?
Just that it's just like kind of like black magic. Just it's in that realm of things.
I heard that it was inviting demons. So opening up demonic portals, inviting demons, however you want to try to word that. You know, there was like a whole thing about kids role playing and then basically causing themselves to be demonically possessed. They would go out in the woods and play Dungeons and Dragons, and then they would come out demonically possessed.
I guess I don't know what Dungeons and Dragons is. I've only heard the name. I know it's playing cards. I don't know. Just like Pokemon. Like,
I don't know.
Isn't Pokemon like there's creatures fighting each other? Like when you get a card
Dungeons and Dragons is a little more than playing cards, I think. Like it's I don't fully understand the game. I've not looked into it that much. There's, you know, a group of church kids that wanted to play it, and their parents came to me, and I'm like, I haven't heard of this since the 90s. Like I literally haven't thought about Dungeons and Dragons. And so, you know, my first reaction is this. Let me just be clear. From a pastoral level, just no thank you. Like I can live without, I've made it this long without Dungeons and Dragons. I can continue on in my life without Dungeons and Dragons and don't need it. But here was this group of kids that's like, it's fun, it's harmless, it's nothing. And, you know, basically at the end of the day, it is role playing where they make up a storyline and then they make up these characters, and then those characters have different roles and different powers. And so do some of those things. First of all, let me just be clear. I love you when I say this. It's nerdy. It's like super nerdy.
Just nerdy, but look at how twisted our world is that you have furries now. Like we literally here in Kentucky have schools that have litter boxes in the bathroom.
Well, they proposed it and then they took it away, and now they lie and say they never proposed it.
Really?
I don't think there's any schools that actually have
They
the litter
did
box.
have them. Brianna said there were schools that had litter boxes in Bowling Green.
I know that they were. I thought that what I had read said that I know for a fact that I had seen some letters that they'd sent to parents saying they wanted to do it, but then there was like this crazy pushback, and then I heard they didn't do it. But I don't know.
It's just disgusting.
Right. I would agree with you. There's a lot of confusion in the world.
And to me, that's demonic.
Oh, for sure. I have no question in my mind. If you think that you're a different species or if you think you're a different gender.
So do I think that stuff leads to it? Absolutely.
Interesting.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's start out with, did you hear Dungeons and Dragons was demonic or bad when you were growing? You never heard it was bad?
That is bad, yes, but not open demonic portals.
But you heard it was bad?
Yes.
So you're a 10 there?
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons bad today? Yes or no?
Yes.
10?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I will tell you that I heard it was bad. Like 10, it was bad. Okay. But then, do I think that it is demonic now? I think that you're messing with things that you probably don't know what you're messing with. That's what I think it is. The Bible says to abstain from all appearance of evil. Mm-hmm. And there is definitely some things in Dungeons and Dragons that is the appearance of evil. I'd put it on the same level as I would Harry Potter. I just stay away from Harry Potter. And you know, Harry Potter was written using, as the author liked to say, that she, you know, found ways to take spells and incantations and make them childlike and then put them into her books and mingle them into her books. And so that alone was enough. And you have children who are witches and warlocks and having powers. And is some of that stuff fanciful? Absolutely. Are witches a real thing? Or are people messing with demonic things and spiritual things that they don't know anything about? Then, you know, yes. Sounds like that's being taken care of.
Yeah.
I told you we're in the middle of flood season. You know,
Yeah.
we got all the things.
Yeah. And we have a stove that has been broken for about a month now, a stove top. So we've been having to really like be creative with our food. And they're supposed to be here from 8 to 12, anytime between 8 and 12. So we are kind of on thin ice right here.
Right, which is why we're watching our messages so closely right now. Anyways, okay, I don't know that I totally think it opens up demonic portals. I do think that you're messing with things that are fanciful and magical. And if you're going to put that much time and effort into something, from what I understand, Dungeons and Dragons as a game takes hours. Call me crazy for saying such a plain thing.
Play Joseph and Mary.
Yeah, play something better. Like, you know, or here's a better idea. Like, spend some time with the Lord. If you're gonna spend hours on Dungeons and Dragons, I do have the question: have you spent an hour in prayer this week?
Yeah.
Because if you haven't spent an hour in prayer, don't come to me trying to get me to justify Dungeons and Dragons.
Exactly.
Anyways,
on to number 5.
On to number 5. I love this one.
Yeah.
Because I kind of believe it.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. If you play rock music backwards, it contains satanic messages.
Yes. I've heard that and I believe it.
Do you have any proof?
I have heard, like, I don't know what it was or what song it was, but I watched a video where they played it backwards. It was like a heavy metal song, and it said like some weird, crazy stuff. So
yeah, there is some things that I have heard, but I'll tell you this: never verified.
Yeah.
And so, you know, never have I been able to verify.
Nor do I want to. I don't want to hear that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff, but I got to tell you, first of all, like, I feel like in the sense of like learning what is really happening.
Yeah.
And being able to defend that.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I have put music on a talk boy. I told you, remember the talk boy from Home Alone? You never had a talk boy?
Mm-mm.
Home Alone 2, he's got the little thing, and that's how he records his uncle. You know, you're a cool cat. And he's got the little recorder.
No, I've never heard of it. I know what you're talking about.
It's your favorite
I watched
Christmas movie.
Yes, I
Home
watched. No, that's not my favorite.
Okay, but
Santa
it's
Claus,
a favorite.
Yes.
Okay, it's
but
a favorite.
I've seen, yes, but I didn't know it was called a talk boy. It's weird. But, yeah.
When did you grow up? How old are you? Tell me your ID. Oh,
I had one of these.
She is older. She's from a different generation. She probably doesn't know what the talk boy is.
We're from the same generation. I was born in 1983 and he was born in 1984.
Have you ever seen when a dog gets in trouble and the dog won't look at you?
Yes.
I feel like that's what I just did.
You're such a punk. So talk boy.
Okay, I've taken my talk. Somebody chime in and tell me you heard the talk boy. Okay, so took the talk boy, held it up to the songs.
Yeah.
My brother used to listen to Metallica. I'm like playing, recording Metallica. I'm hearing people say, if you play Metallica songs backwards, it will be this message. On the talk boy, there is a reverse feature. Bam, I'm playing it in reverse. No messages. You know what I was told?
What?
You have to find the right spot in the song. I recorded the whole song. I played the whole song. No, never could I get it played in reverse to say anything. I'm saying it verified for myself. I never could get it to say some message when I was trying to get it to do that. So then I was told it was the speed. You have to like increase or decrease the speed, which I didn't have the ability to do.
Now you're getting into like, just stop.
All right. Now, then later in life, I was really into music. And so I had some recording software on my computers. And I'm talking like I'm in my 20s, late 20s. And I hear it again. Oh, this song has whatever messaging. And if you play it backwards, well, I throw it on the computer, flip it backwards, sped it up, slowed it down, all the things. I never could find a message. Now, I've heard of, I don't even really want to say what I've heard some of them say, because I just don't like that, but it doesn't matter, because I'm just telling you, I've never been able to create that.
Yeah.
Now, have I seen some in recent history, like in the last couple of years, have I seen some videos of someone taking a song, playing it backwards, and then it supposedly has a message? I have, but I kind of think they're doctored. I kind of think the video is doctored. I don't know that there really is anything to it. So here's where I stand. Did I hear it? 10 out of 10. Absolutely heard it. If you play it backwards, it's got satanic messaging. AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, all of those guys, supposedly satanic messaging.
Yeah.
All right. That said, do I believe it though? Do you believe it? 0 to 10.
Kind of. So 4.
I would say from my own independent study, I would say I'm a 2.
Okay.
I think that to make a word that you say forward sound like a word that is another word that is said backwards, and then put that into lyrics.
Yeah.
I just think from a physical standpoint, it would be very interesting. I mean, I think there was a rapper who flipped her words around backwards back in the day, a woman rapper, and
Missy Elliott.
yeah, when their song were, and like it sounded so funky. Like you can't flip something backwards and it sound like some words, then flip it the other way and it sound like other words. So I'm gonna go with I don't believe. I'm a 2. Like maybe somewhere it's in there. Like there's this super demonic thing in there, but I don't really see it. Now that said, is there some stuff with what's his name, Crowley, and some other satanic stuff? And do people do some really satanic stuff to try to get popular and demonic things? Absolutely. Do I think that Satan, when he tempted Jesus, literally offered him the world if he would bow down and worship him? So do I think that can be a temptation for some people, worship Satan, and then Satan, gives them fame? I think that there's probably a lot more to that than we realize, and a lot of what you're seeing with Jeffrey Epstein and those sorts of things.
Oh, for sure. But that's still not music played backwards.
Right. That's not music played back. If I'm talking just music played backwards,
Yeah.
then I don't think that flipping it backwards puts in the demonic messaging. As a matter of fact, I think you might be missing the point that sometimes the demonic messaging is actually forward.
Yeah.
It's just right in front of you.
Agreed.
And you're just not paying attention. Sometimes I listen to these songs and I'm like, what in the world?
Mm-hmm.
What are they saying? Why would they say such a thing? And sometimes in songs that you're like, little like teen sounding love songs. And then if you really listen, you're like, why are they talking about blood? And
Yeah,
I don't know. There's some weird stuff in songs. I can't really put my finger on any of them right now to like say the ones I'm thinking of. I know that I've heard them, and like Taylor Swift and who, like, I'm like, that is a weird.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift would be an example. Like I've heard a Taylor Swift song where she's talking about like their love being a temple and goddess and God and worship. Like this is my worship, and basically talking about sex being worship.
Yes.
And I'm like, see, that's demonic. It's right in front of you, and you're not even paying attention. So don't get too mixed up trying to listen to things backwards. Why don't you just listen to what they're saying forward?
Yeah.
And judge that.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
Number 6.
This
Disney.
is a 90s right here. Go ahead.
Disney movies hide secret anti-Christian messages.
I don't know if I would say they're anti-Christian. I mean, I'm sure maybe they are. Does Disney hide secret messages in their movies? The VHS pause button. Okay?
Yeah.
Who's trying to pause the VHS at the right time to see what's being said in the Disney movie?
But it's true. I have heard it, and I'm a 10 on it. I have seen it firsthand. I have heard it firsthand.
Whoa.
So here are some of the ones in The Lion King, when he like does that like onto that little place where he was held up.
Yeah.
The dust and like the flower things, they say sex.
Like the dust spells.
Yes.
I've seen that one.
Yep. So that I have seen it for myself.
Now, did you pause it on the video yourself, or you've only seen videos of other people? You went on the video, you paused it, and there it says it.
Yes.
Okay.
That is one that I have done.
Okay.
This one I don't know about. I don't know that I've checked this one. The priest's excitement in The Little Mermaid.
Oh.
He supposedly has a boner. And
did you hear her mumble?
I had to say it quickly because
Hi, y'all. Y'all have fun with her.
Stop it. What do you want me to say? His excitement? I mean, some people might be like, so what? He was excited. No, he was excited. Okay.
You said it. Go ahead. Finish
Now
it.
I have to click not made for children on this.
Yeah. Well, we have to click
I
that
know.
anyways.
This is true also. The castle cover art on The Little Mermaid. A part of the castle is erecting something.
It must be the priest from the. Okay,
right.
we're just voting.
No,
We're just
stop. Hold on.
you're,
This is the one that I was telling you about this morning. In Aladdin, when he's trying to get Raja, the tiger, away from him, he's like, "Oh, good kitty, good kitty. Good teenagers take off their clothes."
He says it. He says.
I've heard it. I have paused
Isn't
it.
that the guy?
And played it over and over and over again.
Isn't that the guy from? I haven't thought about that, but isn't that the guy from Full House?
I don't know.
The boyfriend, DJ's boyfriend. Wasn't it DJ's boyfriend in Full House?
That what is the voice?
Is Aladdin? Is the voice of Aladdin?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it is.
Interesting.
That being said, can I just say something about that?
Yeah.
So there is a thing that happens. Have you ever looked up the brain? Is it brain needle or green needle or brain something? Have you ever looked up that one? I could pull it up on my phone right now. You can, whatever word you're thinking, you will hear. Okay. And now, hang on, because there's other ones. So let me. It's green needle and brain something. Have you never done this one?
No.
Okay, look, I'm gonna look it up right now, live with you guys right here. Okay, green needle brainstorm. Okay, brainstorm or green needle. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. I've never seen it on this video, so I'm a little worried about what they might say or not say. Let's turn it down for a second. All right, listen. What word?
Green needle.
All right, now think the word brainstorm.
No. Bull.
Think green needle.
I heard brainstorm. Brainstorm.
Green needle.
Green needle.
See? Whichever one you're thinking. There's another one with
Brainstorm.
right. Okay.
I tried to think green needle for that one.
But it's the same.
No, it's because they keep saying different ones back
No,
and
you
forth.
can watch it. The video. Listen,
Lies.
the video. You can watch the timer at the bottom. The video is just playing over and over. It's the same video playing over and over. Okay, now.
But they still switch it up. They say one thing, then they say another. Then they say,
So you're hearing two different videos because it's the video replaying. You can watch the timer on YouTube.
It's a 2-second video that just keeps playing.
Yes.
Whatever.
Anyways, all right, you just heard it. There's another one. Listen, there's one that I've seen this firsthand. I thought it as well. In the Barbie movie, Ken is all tied up, and Barbie's mad at him, and she takes some of his clothing and she tears it, and he says,
No, that's in Toy Story.
"Oh yes, in Toy Story, but it's Barbie.
Yes.
It's Barbie and Ken." And he says, "Oh Barbie." But if you're not paying attention, it sounds like he says, "Oh, the F word." And I'm telling you, like I could pull it up right now. He is saying "Oh Barbie," and if you're listening and you think he's saying "Oh Barbie," you hear "Oh Barbie." But if you're watching that same clip and you're not paying attention, you will hear "Oh the F word." And
Okay.
I won't play that one here on Happy Chaos. But so I wonder if that's happening in Aladdin, where because you're listening for good teenagers take off their clothes, that's what you're hearing. But if you knew what he was actually saying, you were listening for that, you could hear it.
Okay.
Maybe
I
that's it.
can see that with the hearing thing, because when I went to listen to see if it was true, obviously I have that in my mind.
Right.
And so I can see that. But as far as like the pictures, like the SEX, and I definitely saw.
I mean, you can't not draw that.
Yeah.
And somebody is drawing those pictures. Somebody's painting those pictures or illustrating them, whether on a
Right.
computer or by hand or whatever. Somebody is illustrating that. So because you're the guy illustrating the clouds, somebody put that in there to
for
make it do
sure.
that.
And what we know about Disney, the pedophilic, is that a word? Can you make it that way?
Pedophilia.
The pedophiles, the
The
demonic
pedophilic.
people that run Disney.
Yeah.
The things that they have done to the kids that were on the Mouseketeers. You have Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. You have all of them.
Yeah.
They have done some disgusting, nasty things that they will pay for.
Agreed.
So yes, I believe it 100%.
Wow. She's
with,
10
with,
and
with
10.
what we know that's in our faces.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
All right, I'll tell you, I am a 10 on I've heard it, and I'm a well, I mean, it is what it is. Like, how big does that go? I don't know, but it's obviously it's there. Like the messaging itself is there in
Right.
one way or another. So it is a 10 in that the messaging is there. Now,
Yeah.
Matt, if we got into the why is the messaging there and what are they trying to do and what is the end goal, what is the objective? Is it just somebody who's twisted and trying to play a little funny joke? Is it somebody who's trying to do something sinister? Is
Right.
it some big plot to give us subliminal messaging? I don't know where I would land on those things. Okay, now the Procter and Gamble. This is number 7. All right.
I have to look up their logo really quick.
Yeah, Procter and Gamble is secretly satanic because of their logo. Did you guys ever hear this one? First of all, did you ever hear that?
No, never heard
Did you
that.
ever hear that Procter and Gamble was satanic? Was secretly satanic?
Yes, but not in the word satanic. Like I knew that they were, like overall trying to kill people, sterilize, depopulate, and so I have heard that.
Yeah.
Which now I know is satanic stuff, but back then we didn't correlate everything to being satanic. Just like transgenderism, 100% demonic. But I wouldn't have 5 years ago. I would not have said, "Oh, I relate the two. It's transgenderism is demonic."
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I know it's bad, but I would not have said, "Oh, that's demonic."
Okay, so you've heard Procter and Gamble was doing bad things. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. I would say that, and I'm not here to try to destroy somebody's, name or whatever. I'm just telling you the conspiracies
I
that
am.
we heard. Procter and Gamble secretly satanic. First of all, did I hear it? Absolutely. Them and everyone else, anymore.
Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson and Johnson. Now you have like Pfizer, and so, were they? No.
Yeah.
Say that out loud.
The company president has appeared on a talk show and admitted that Procter and Gamble supported the Church of Satan.
Well, there you have it. Crazy stuff. Okay, let's talk about the logo itself.
Hold on. Do you
What?
know who's under Procter and Gamble?
Who?
Tide,
Okay.
Crest, Pampers, cloth diapers, y'all. Brush your teeth with some coal and
some
stop washing your clothes.
some sodium bentonite clay.
I'm serious. I'm so disgusted right now.
Okay. All right, where do you land? 10 and 10.
10. Okay, no. I didn't know that they were I didn't know they were satanic before today. So I would say 0 on that. Now I'm a 10. I'm a 20.
One episode later, we've convinced Kelly
Yep.
that they're satanic. Well, I will tell you that big companies, there's some things that I would just have to say. Like there are some things that I look at and go, I understand what they were trying to do and why they did it. And I go, I don't like that you did something, but I understand you're trying to save money or you're trying to cut costs or something. Adding products that are harmful to us into things, adding appetite suppressants into food does not make a lot of sense to me. Even more so when you start adding in metals, when you start adding in things that are like literally nothing but harmful. Like why would you need to add things
Right.
to why do we need all these additives that are put in there, words and chemicals that you literally can't say? And I know that somebody would say, oh, well, they do it as preservatives, but
Right.
you do have to get to a point where you go, wait a second though, like why do we need that many preservatives in the food? Like
Yeah.
we have other means of preserving food. I want you to just consider that food only grows in certain seasons, and it has done that for thousands of years. And man has been able to survive for thousands of years with preserving foods without adding harmful chemicals to those foods.
Yeah.
So why are we adding these really harmful chemicals to our foods? And then when you start to look into some of those chemicals and you go, wait a second, why? Why would you put that into the food? That's where I go.
Population control.
Yeah, I think, and then you start looking into like who owns that kind of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
did you know the number one supplier of cheese? Cheese is the number one.
Oh, don't
food.
tell me this. Nope, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear
I
it.
can't stop it.
I don't
I'm
want to hear
right
it.
there.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I
I
can't
don't wanna hear
stop it. I gotta say it. I gotta
don't
alert the
wanna
people.
hear
I got to
it.
alert the people.
Cheese is my favorite.
The number one food in America, the number one consumed food in America is cheese. And who owns the largest supply of
George
cheese?
Soros.
Pfizer.
Sick.
And there's a product. Cheese is like 4 ingredients. It's like salt and.
Well, we can make our own cheese.
You can, but you need a product called rennet. And rennet comes from like cows, like a cow's gut or something like that, like natural rennet does. And Pfizer owns all of the rennet, which they're creating by adding chemicals to some sort of fungus, some sort of fungi. And then they're adding that. That's how they're making the rennet, and then making the cheese. So yeah, there you have it. I would like to make my own cheese though. I'd be down for a cheese making, a cheese making thing, like a day, like a learning how to make cheese. All right, we got to move on because we got to wrap this show up.
Yes,
We're
we
about
do.
done for the day, but we have 2 more and then maybe Kelly's bonus. Number 8, the third temple is already secretly built. Did you hear that? Judging by the conversation you had about your dad earlier, I'm going to say you've heard this, but go ahead.
I have heard
The
it.
third temple is already built.
I have heard that. And I do not believe it.
Okay, you've heard it and you don't believe it. You don't have anything else to add to that?
No.
You heard it, not believe. All right, well,
Well, I do have one thing to add. Watch Justin's sermon from not yesterday,
a couple weeks ago.
but the week before.
Okay.
And that's it. Mic drop.
So here's what I would have to say about the third temple. First of all, you need to understand, a lot of people just don't even understand why there's not a temple. And
Watch the sermon from last week.
right.
I'm serious.
But they're currently, like, if you think about it in the Bible, Jesus was in the temple, but there's not a temple today. So obviously the temple that was there been destroyed. That happened in AD 70 and so on. Okay, so there's not, since AD 70, there has not been a temple in Jerusalem. And the book of Revelation clearly talks about, the prophet Ezekiel clearly talked about a temple at the end of times. So there does need to be a temple. It is interesting that in this last year that they sacrificed the red heifer. They had a red heifer sacrifice, which is spoken of in the Old Testament to sacrifice the red heifer. They made that sacrifice. The fact that they picked that sacrifice, made that sacrifice, they said that it was a trial, but it's interesting that they spent years looking for this perfect red heifer to sacrifice. And then now they've gone and they've sacrificed, they paid all this money and brought this red heifer in and have sacrificed this. Why did they spend all this time looking for the perfect one if it was only a practice? Yeah, I thought that was all of that was just very interesting that they just had a sacrifice in Israel just last year. Was it 2025 that they did it? I think it was either 24 or 25 that they just did the red heifer sacrifice. So to me, that's definitely stepping in the direction of a temple that's, maybe going to be rebuilt in the future. That being said, do I believe, here's what I heard. I promise you this is what I heard, that the temple was sitting on ships waiting to be shipped in and then assembled all at once. And they used these scriptures that talked about how when Solomon had the temple built, that all of these rocks were hewn off site and then they were floated in, and all the beams were hewn off site and then they were floated in. And so they're trying to say that that's how they have it already put together. I've heard that it's in warehouses, in pieces in warehouses, that it's in like so many pieces and they're going to bring it in and assemble it. Here's what I would say. I watched Extreme Home Makeover. You can build stuff really fast if you get enough people in there doing it.
Yeah.
If you get enough people going, you can really make something happen fast. So I don't think that the temple has to be rebuilt in 3 days. Jesus was talking about his resurrection, and he totally cleared that up when he said, destroy this temple and I'll rebuild it in 3 days, and all the Jews were like, wait a second, how are you going to, destroy the temple? How are you going to rebuild the temple? It took us years to build this temple. You're going to build it in 3 days. But I don't think that has any bearing on the length of time it takes to rebuild a third temple.
Yeah.
Do I think you have to have a third temple? Yes. So first of all, did I hear this? Yes. So 10. Do I think that there's a third temple built, secretly already built, and they're going to assemble it on the Temple Mound? No, I don't think it's already. I think they're going to clearly do that right in front of our faces, and they're going to say, we're going to clear off this area, and we're going to build a new temple, and we're all going to go, they're building the temple.
Yeah.
And then we're all going to go, oh, look, so it's not offshore somewhere
Yeah.
on a ship being cargoed in.
Yeah.
That's where I stand. So I'm a 0 on it's pre-built, and they're going to bring it in and assemble it. I don't
Okay.
think that part of it has to happen in
Okay.
that way. So
All
there
right.
you go.
Next, before our bonus. Number
Okay.
9. Every election cycle reveals a new antichrist.
Say it loud and proud, honey. Loud and proud. Every election cycle reveals a new.
Antichrist candidate. I have heard that 10. Do I believe that? 0.
George Bush was the Antichrist. Bill Clinton was the Antichrist. Hillary Clinton's definitely the Antichrist.
No, Trump is definitely the Antichrist.
Trump is now definitely the Antichrist. And all of them for, certain reasons.
Yeah.
Everybody has reasons.
Yes.
So did I hear that 10? Now, are you ready for my answer? Do I still believe it? Well,
No, you don't.
here's what I would say. I think that,
Stop.
hang on, wait.
Stop.
Wait, let me explain. It was ingrained in me, okay?
When you think you know somebody.
But hang on, wait. Let me tell you what I'm thinking here, because there might be more rationale to what I'm thinking than what you realize. Okay. You gotta give me life.
I'm sorry.
First of all, do I think the Antichrist is going to be a political character? Not quite. I think that there's more religion to it.
I thought it was going to be political because I watched Left Behind.
Sure. Well, and I think there has to be to have somebody who's forcing the government, who's taking
Who has
control of the
authority like
government,
that.
who has authority like that, has to have some bit of political.
Yeah.
Has to be political bearing. Okay. But I think that has to do with the little horn, the beast, the Antichrist and the little horn. The Antichrist sets himself up as Christ. He is the opposite of Christ, i.e., that's why his head is wounded and then he rises back up. He's going to be the opposite of Christ. He's going to be claiming he is the Christ. That's why he will set himself up in the temple. That's how you get the mark of the beast. Worship him. And I know we're getting into eschatology, and some of y'all are like, I don't believe any of this, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you though about our political candidates. Here's what I would say. I actually believe, I heard this a long time ago and it stuck with me, that the Bible clearly says that no man knows the day or the hour.
Right.
Right? I think that Satan is constantly trying to do what Satan does.
Mm-hmm.
Steal, kill, and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the world to worship him.
Mm-hmm.
He wants the world away from God. And the Bible clearly presents him as something. When the Bible speaks of Satan and us, here's what we hear. He is the enemy. That's not an empty word. That's purposeful. God uses words purposefully.
Yeah.
He is our enemy.
Yeah.
So what are enemies? They hate us. They want to destroy us. Okay?
Yep.
Satan hates us, wants to destroy us.
Mm-hmm.
Satan is not the genie in the bottle that's doing mean. He'll give you a little bit, but then do mean little tricks.
Right.
No, he hates you.
Yeah.
He lies, he steals,
Yep.
and he hates you. Period.
Yep.
Okay. That being said, I think that there are people throughout history who potentially could have been the Antichrist. Would Satan have used that person to get everyone to worship that person, to do all of these? Do I think Satan would have done that with, let's use Hitler. Could Hitler have possibly been the Antichrist? I don't think that Satan knows the day and Satan's like, okay, on this day, I got to rise up my Antichrist.
Right.
No, Satan's always trying.
Yes.
So you're always seeing people that have these kind of reminiscent things
Yes.
that you could go, well, that could be the Antichrist.
Right.
So that being said, I think that part of that is the Antichrist will deceive people.
Yes.
He will deceive them. They will
Yes.
not think, oh, we're bringing in the Antichrist. They will think this is a good guy who's offering us peace and we should take the deal.
Yeah.
We should take what he's offering. And if it wasn't for the fact of the Lord, even the elect would be fooled. Even
For sure.
if it wasn't for the Holy Spirit, even the elect would be fooled. So That being said, it leads me to say, I don't think it's our political candidates at all, really. But I do think that there's people in our lifetimes, people in our era that we might say that guy lines up to potentially the Antichrist. And because of that, I think we're seeing that because of the fact that Satan is just constantly doing what Satan always does.
Yeah.
So do I think, and I hold to what I said, Hillary Clinton probably could still.
Oh, she's just the devil herself. She is eating human beings and
oh boy, we're getting into some big ones now.
Sick people.
All right, there you go. I'm a 10 that I heard it. I'm a 0 in the our political candidates.
Are most of the ex-presidents workers of Satan? 100%. 100%.
What about Trump?
No.
100% no?
Yeah, 100% no. He's not perfect. So far from it. He has so much to learn and so much. He needs a lot of conviction from the Lord.
Yep.
But I think that.
But is he the Antichrist?
No.
I don't think so.
And I believe he's saved, and I believe we'll see him in heaven. So.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Mm-hmm.
He has said some things otherwise. All right. There is a bonus.
He has said some things that Catholics say, but you do have Catholics that believe that Jesus is the Son of God and have a relationship. They just have some tweaking to do that they need to realize your works do not get you to heaven.
Right. Well, he said, it was interesting because he was on a plane and somebody said to him about heaven, and he said, I don't think that's a reality for me.
Yeah.
That's an interesting take.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I agree. That's why I think Donald Trump, you need my husband. And so I come with him, just so we're clear. But, yeah.
Just because she wants to fangirl Donald Trump. She'll wear her hat.
I will.
She'll wear her Trump hat.
I will. And I want to talk to you too, because I love you, but we need to talk about abortion and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Seriously. Hey, do you want to hit your 10th one, or are we wrapping it up?
Yes, really quick.
Do it.
You do it.
You do it. She believes, Kelly believes that 666 is on Monster energy drinks.
Yes, I do.
She's 100%.
100%.
Well, you didn't hear that in the 90s because we didn't have Monster energy drinks in the 90s.
No.
But
it was the 2000s.
But still, I definitely heard that. There's like on the Monster energy drinks, what makes the M is like these 3 scratch marks. Now, why, when you're saying that, you're saying you absolutely believe it. I know you're trying to look it up right now, but why do you believe that those 3 marks are 666?
Because I read, there was a whole article on it, and I was like, well, that makes complete and total sense. So I just had to pull it up. I haven't done the research on it in so long.
Yep, it's that right there. That's the part I'm...
Yep. Each claw mark is actually the Hebrew letter.
Vav.
Yep, which is a line. The Hebrew letter Vav has a numerical value of 6. 3 Vavs, 666. Therefore, the logo secretly says 666. The cross in the O in Monster is an upside down cross. The slogan Unleash the Beast is a reference to Revelation.
How could you deny this?
You better stop.
I'll tell you what, I'm not going to drink a Monster energy drink and play with cards.
They do know this is where they're debunking it.
Right, because it's, first of all, that's not exactly the Hebrew letter Vav.
It's not? It does look like the 3 nails, though.
Oh, yeah, 3 nails for the cross. Oh, man, that's another one. And look.
But that more looks like a regular cross.
Yeah, that
than
cross does look like
cross.
an upside down cross.
Yeah.
See?
No, but Monster, just like the vehicle of the president is the beast.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. What's Air Force One?
I don't know, but we have a Trump Force One, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, y'all tell us, do you believe it? Do you believe Monster energy drinks? Kelly said she was a 10 after just reading and looking for yourself again. Do you still believe it's a 10?
I still think it's evil, yeah.
No. Do you think that it is the mark of the beast on Monster energy drinks?
No, I don't think the mark of the beast is 666.
Right. Well, I mean, it is.
But I do believe
that's
it's
the
satanic.
number.
I do believe that Monster energy drink is satanic, yes. I'm still a 10.
Yeah, I'd like, are the owners satanic? I don't know.
Unleash the beast. Come on.
Is it Procter and Gamble? Who owns Monster Energy drinks? All right, y'all. It's been fun again.
Do you guys think we're living in like an alternate universe and like they're just like
after they ran
messing with everything?
the particle simulator through CERN,
Mhm.
you know, because I'm telling you, Kelly's from a different timeline than me.
Corona.
Corona owns Monster Energy drinks.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I don't like alcohol, so there you go.
Yep.
All right. That's it, y'all.
Oh, BlackRock. It just said something about BlackRock. Look. I'm just saying. It's evil. What do you think? What do you think? We didn't answer that.
I think that artists are always pushing the envelope. So I think when you have things like, you know, Monster Energy drinks was made by a logo company, even if they did use the Hebrew letters for 666, okay, which by the way, 666 is not even written in Hebrew. It's in the book of Revelation. That's not written in Hebrew. Okay, so when you're reading that number, you're not reading it from the Old Testament in Hebrew. You're reading it from the New Testament, which would be Aramaic or Greek. So
He's so smart, you guys.
so like put again, it's just those two things wouldn't match up. But could I see an artist being like, oh, let's do 666, but let's do it in a foreign, like let's do it in a Bible language to kind of be scary, right? So do I think that they could be playing on the idea of the Antichrist to make their can look monster? Yeah, sure. They could totally be doing that and making that their logo. Does that make it in and of itself satanic? No. To me, that would be, it's the same thing as like when a heavy metal group tries to put on like mask to look like demon faces or whatever. But you know what's behind that is a human being that's trying to look that way, that's trying to look scary. And so now behind that might be a demon that's possessing somebody, and
Right.
but that's even if a demon possesses a person, Jesus saved those people and Jesus delivered those people. They're still people. So their personhood trumps everything else that any demon might try to do or whatever else. A Monster Energy drink, maybe they've used demonic symboling, maybe they've used religious symboling. Does that make the drink itself demonic? No, certainly not. And, you know, do I think that it has anything? The only thing I think it could be there would be like some sort of representation of something religious to try to make it look scary, you know, artistically scary. So there you go. There's my answer. I would say I'm like a 2 on it actually representing the mark of the beast.
Okay, really quick before we close this down. Do you believe that celebrities and people of high authority are drinking the blood of children and to keep themselves young? Are you doing it as a satanic practice?
Yeah, unfortunately, the answer is yes. I do believe that, especially with what's been coming out in the Epstein files. And I can't help but notice the letting out of the Epstein files, which has some very grotesque things. There's a website that was created called Jmail, like Jeffrey Epstein Jmail. And you can read those. And somebody was sending me stuff. A few people were sending me things from those, and it got me looking into those. And I'm telling you, I saw with my own eyes things that I had to say, I can't keep reading this. I can't keep learning about this. It is that type of disturbing what we're reading. And some of it, it's like, you know, it's coded, but it's not coded.
Right.
And so then you're seeing all kinds of other things, and you're going, well, wait a minute, like, is that real? Like, are they really doing that? And then what bearing does that really have on anything? I mean, you know, does some demonic thing honor, you know, convince you to do something to be a person of power? And then I almost feel like, for me, it looks to me like this, like there's some demonic things that were happening in high places. There are demonic things happening in high places. And I don't have all the whys, and I don't want to pretend like I do know. Like, I hear people say, when I say that, let me be clear. Like, I hear people say things like this, like, they have to tell you what they're doing. Maybe they do. I don't know that part. But does it seem this unreasonable thing, does it seem reasonable? Like, are celebrities being cannibals? It does seem that way.
Yeah.
And are celebrities and people in power pedophiles who are harming children? Yes. And then there are like the extra weird factors, not just the grotesque, but then there's like the extra weird factors where you have like Jeffrey. One of the things that's not talked about is Jeffrey. Everybody talks about his island. Well, the guy had all these huge properties, expensive properties. One of them being, and I think it's New Mexico. Actually, I know it is. It's New Mexico. It's like an 8,000 acre ranch. And what was he doing at that ranch? Eugenics. Like he has emails about it where he's literally trying to seed the world with himself. And so you're talking about like things like cloning. Like, why did Jeffrey Epstein have an 8,000 acre ranch in New Mexico for eugenics, trying to clone people? And
how did he get rich? What did he do?
Okay, so back in like 70s or 80s, he was, and I'm no expert in this. I'm only telling you things that I've been researching and looking into. And then I kind of stopped. I was like, it's really upsetting my brain. But so 70s or 80s, he was in the stock market, getting rich in that. All of a sudden, steps away from that, and this really wealthy guy gifted him this super expensive property I think it was in New York. And so that was the start of it. And then this guy is now I can't remember his name, but he's partnered with Jeffrey Epstein. And this is what happened. All of Jeffrey Epstein's crazy expensive properties were gifted to him. Isn't that something else? Like all these rich people, super like elite rich people, gave him an island. He had something like 7 or 8 of the most expensive properties in the world is what he owned. And so then it definitely seems like, so you've got investments and then you've got properties, and
almost like they were sacrifices given.
Well, or payments given for those. I mean, there is absolutely, at this point, there is absolutely no denying that Jeffrey Epstein was bringing people to his places, and his little Ghislaine Maxwell was getting girls, and they were bringing them in and having men rape these girls. There is zero question in my mind that was happening. Now, down the line, does there seem to be that it was like younger to the point of babies? Yes. Even more so, then it's okay, we're all the way down to babies, and then there's these references to eating and drinking. And you're going, wait a second, what are we talking about? Like what is happening right now? And that's also not to mention connections with like Wayfair. Jeffrey Epstein has purchases from Wayfair of those things that we talked about that on the last conspiracy episode. You had
$20,000
lockers and little pictures that would go on the wall, and the names of the products and the item numbers were the same as missing persons numbers like from the missing persons report. And then it's attached with this crazy big price tag, $10,000, $20,000, $70,000 for a little wall clock on Wayfair, but it's got the same name as a missing child. No, like that is so bothersome to my brain that there is that type of evil in the world. But here's my point to that. If I'm going to get into that is why the judgment of God will fall. And it will not be unfair. We think from our little naive box that we're not in that world. We're like, like why would God do such a harsh thing?
Oh gosh, I don't think that at all.
I'm not saying you think that, but I'm just saying that many people view it that way. Like, why would God be so harsh? God is not being harsh. As a matter of fact, he has been very merciful to a very wicked people. When you think about slavery that's in the world today, we talk about slavery like it's a thing of the past because we're in America. Slavery is
slavery.
Not just sex slavery. Slavery in general is still happening in the world today. It is not over because it's not happening in America. And in America, though you don't have servitude as in I purchase this person and they wash my clothes or they
Right.
take care of my crops or something of that nature. No, you don't have that. But do we have sex slavery happening? Absolutely,
Yep.
we do.
Yep.
And in large numbers.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got people like Tim Tebow who are fighting human trafficking
Yep.
and what's happening inside of human trafficking. And even worse is just like what we saw in slavery in history. People who are the closest to someone are the ones selling them into that slavery.
Yes.
And the number one perpetrator of children into slavery is their dads.
Yeah.
That is
Disgusting.
That's the part that I go, my brain doesn't want to go too far down that.
And that's why I think I've told you before, the New York City Police Department, you had like 500 people kill themselves after having to investigate the files of Hillary Clinton and what she did to these children and these babies. They seriously killed themselves one after another. I've
heard you say that. I don't know. I mean, for me, when I hear numbers like that, I go, I have to see those kind of things verified. And that's a big number, 500 people. Imagine our entire church is, 400 people. That many people from one police department. That feels like that would be a really big thing to cover. Do I think that it's possible that, people read I'm telling you this, I was reading those things I'm only reading them third hand and I'm reading through the code and going, gosh, that seems awful. I mean, like the pizza thing, that's the number one everybody talks about. It's like pizza.
Pizzagate.
But there is some very weird communications, always including pizza.
Yep. In
their communications. And then some of those pizzas are then attributed to, I saw again with my own eyes, like I'm reading them for myself and seeing as like there's these emails talking about pizza, but then they're talking about the age of the pizza, 9-year-old pizza, sexy pizza, like weird, disgusting things being linked with pizza. Anyways, I didn't mean that. I feel like that just brought our episode way down.
It did, but these are the conspiracy theories that I'm even worried to like put this stuff in here because they're gonna like.
Yeah, look at you.
I have the Lord.
Searching. You're just searching away.
You're
going to be on a list. Well, guys, I have to go. We have work to do, and we have a stove to get repaired.
Yes.
And I think I have a phone call here in about 30 minutes that I have to be on. So
thank you for coming down this rabbit hole with us.
Yeah, I feel like we started off,
funny but it does lead to that. Like these conspiracies.
I think that's for me. That's the problem. Is it's not really conspiracy. It's just which part is true and which part is a lie.
Right.
It's not a matter of conspiracy when you're when you talk about something like Jeffrey Epstein. It's not a conspiracy.
Right.
That it's just which part is true and which part isn't true.
Exactly.
And here's something that I would say. I know I said I gotta go, but I gotta say this real quick. How come no one's been arrested?
Yeah.
Arrest these people.
Yeah.
Well, what am I missing? Like, why are we not arresting them?
Agree. I agree. And Trump, I do hold you accountable for that.
Big time.
Yep.
Big time. We're doing all this other stuff.
You ran your campaign on Hillary Clinton and arrest, yet not one has been made. And so.
Right. But a lot of that, I think, has to do with the fact that if you arrest this person, you got to arrest that person. If you arrest that person, you got to arrest that person.
Right.
And I think that their reason for not doing it, maybe whether he himself is involved in something or not, I think the reason you're not seeing anybody jump up to arrest these people is because there's a whole house of cards there.
Right.
And they're all worried about the house of cards toppling. I say let it topple.
Yeah.
If you're a pedophile, if you have harmed a child,
absolutely.
I think I'm all about this.
Burn them at the stake.
I was going to say public hanging. If you have harmed a child, if you went, if
I didn't even want it to be that quick. Burn them at the stake.
It would be about the same. Anyways.
No, I think I'd rather you have to sit there and feel your flesh burning off of your bones. You harm a child, and
yeah, especially those connected to these super disgusting. Thing, young children and right.
So on a light note, we love you. Our new studio is coming along. We're so excited.
Gears.
Yes, we have to. We have to end this on a high note. And we cannot wait to bring it to you. We cannot wait to be in there. He's already put a makeshift desk in there, so he just does his sermons in there for right now. But you guys are going to love it. We love you. Thank you for following. Thank you for listening. Thank you for having grace on some of the silly things Kelly says. And so.
All right, y'all. Love you guys. See you next week.
Happy chaos, that's our song.